It looks very dark.
We've been through this.
I know.
It's not dark. You have to just imagine
but it
that
does
you're not
look
as
dark.
dark. Yeah, but
Alright.
this is the magic of cinema.
Okay.
So we're here to discuss Budapest.
Yeah.
How did you like Budapest?
It was a very nice country. I enjoyed it quite a bit. On this camera, like, you can't actually see my hair.
No, but it's very nice. People just have to believe you.
Yeah, but you can't see my hair. My head's getting cut off. Look, like, you can see my head's getting cut off. So I don't know if people can see my hairstyle, which is quite important.
Yeah.
But do people like our new pillows? We've got subscribe and YouTube. Because we always forget to say, obviously, subscribe, welcome to our channel. So we just thought, put the pillows in the background. It'll be easier.
Yeah.
Why do you look like you're cut off, Helgi?
Well, just move.
Okay.
So we went to Budapest.
Yeah, we did. We went to Budapest.
And we liked it a lot.
Mhm.
I like the houses.
Mhm.
I like the atmosphere. It's a romantic city and it's pretty cheap.
Mhm.
Looks a little run down, which is nice. It's romantic. It's like going back to the future in a way. And what should we start talking about? Our hotel.
I think we should talk about leaving the train ride, like getting off the plane. We went with Wizz Air to Hungary, Budapest, which was a bit of an experience.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the plane was an experience, but once we got on, it was quite difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah, you kind of hated Wizz Air.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be using Wizz Air again.
We'll probably see a clip of that.
It's the worst airport.
So we're here in Luton Airport. How are you liking it?
It is the worst airport ever.
What don't you like about it?
The fact that you feel like you're, I don't know, cattle just being pushed and shoved everywhere. The queue for the women's toilet is nearly 10 minutes long. It's ridiculous. Just to buy anything from any of the shops, there's a queue. And it's so tiny and tight. It's very claustrophobic. Very claustrophobic.
So you don't recommend Luton Airport?
No. Never again. Yeah, let's just end it at that. Wizz Air was an experience that we don't need to go back to. But when we came off Wizz Air and landed, got on the train to the main town in Budapest, which was, what was the stop that was?
Díkfering.
Yeah, which is, I think, the centre of Budapest, because a lot of the trains, trams and buses run through that station. It was very, very nice. It's quite an old station, but the lighting, sort of like the industrial feel of it is quite beautiful. So I really like the trams and the trains.
Yeah, I love the trains.
The underground system was very, very nice.
I love trains in general, and we went to a museum.
Oh yeah, the underground museum.
I was very excited about it. I told everybody from Budapest, I'm going to the Underground Railway Museum. And they would just like roll their eyes.
Yeah, just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. That's more interesting. The Budapest Eye is more interesting than the underground trains. But
yeah, the Budapest Eye was pretty, what should we say?
it was amazing because we had basically.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing because we had shots of it from our hotel, the second hotel we went to, and it looked beautiful. So then obviously we went onto the Budapest Eye and you could see more of Pest and Buda, because there were some parts of Buda that we didn't actually get to see, but when you're on the Eye you could see a lot more. So I thought it was actually quite nice.
It was actually very nice for me because I've never been on an Eye before. Haven't been on the London Eye, haven't been on the Paris wheel or any wheels or eyes. So I went on the Roundup, which was in an amusement park in Hveragerði, where you would go like round and round and many people would puke. Yeah, but that was not really a a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, but the Ferris wheel in Iceland would be quite dangerous anyway.
Well, it's too big for Iceland.
But oh yeah, and so we had 5 rotations on the Budapest Eye, which Helgi continued to shake when we were up there, which I didn't like. I was quite scared.
Well, I thought it was fun.
I didn't like.
It was fun because Adanna isn't scared of a lot of things. She's scared of bugs and apparently the Ferris wheel.
Yeah. Well, only when you shake it. And like, no one goes on a Ferris wheel and stands in the middle and just decides to start rocking it from side to side.
Well, I think most of
That's
people
not
do
what
that.
people do. You just have to sit there and enjoy the scenes and enjoy the sights of the
You remember Notebook when he was like hanging and asking for a date? That's what people do. Do crazy things.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. What we really loved also was the elevator to our hotel.
Oh my god.
It has so much charm and charisma.
It was very, very nice. Even the corridor where the elevator took us to our floor was beautiful, because remember we saw the mosaics coming through the broken windows.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. And I think that's what makes Budapest, where you have beautiful, iconic sort of like figures and features, but then at the same time it's still old, but it's maintained the history. And it still looks beautiful today, and I think that's what was really nice about it. But that lift was quite scary.
Yeah.
And very well, it was run down. It was very
run down, but
there were wires just sticking out.
It's the only lift I've had to like close myself, like what do you call it?
Yeah, it had basically like partition shutters. So think of
nice.
old American sort of like style bar.
Oh yeah, in the Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
it was like a Wild Wild West elevator.
Yeah, it had those doors on the inside. So once you got in, you had to shut those doors. Then the heavy duty door, which was a steel door, would close from the outside, and you'd just be locked in and feel actually locked in. Although when you looked up, you could just see a lot of wood and exposed wires everywhere, which was a bit scary.
And we saw some nice. We went to some nice museums. We went to
the museums were very nice. Yeah.
We went to the Underground Railway Museum. Then we went to the Pinball Museum by accident, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was very, very good. And we got a free ticket to go back.
Probably see a clip of that.
You were quite good at that actually, weren't you?
The pinball. I was kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, but at one point you had 3 or 4 balls on the actual pinball.
Yeah, it was very good.
Which was good.
I had many balls.
I was quite good at bowling.
And then we went to the bowling. Yeah, but it isn't really bowling. It's like a bowling game. Yeah. Bowling slot machine.
And Helgi cheated on the
Because I've played bowling with you and I'm by far.
You cheated on the basketball.
And I won you in basketball, yeah.
No, you cheated. But anyway, that's another story.
And then we went to the Franz Liszt Museum.
For like 2
which
seconds.
Is one of the great composers. And I walked in and I gave them my Budapest card. It's like a card you buy for a lot of money, and I think you're entitled to all these museums. And she said, no, it doesn't apply.
She was like, no. And then Helgi just said, we're not going anywhere. And I was just stuck in the middle saying, okay, are we staying? Are we going? Yeah. No, we're not going. So we left. Yeah. Oh, so what else did we do?
Well, we went to cafes.
Oh, we went to a lot of cafes.
And I really loved the New York cafe, which is one of the oldest cafes and restaurants in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
130 years old or something.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very beautiful. It has nice settings, and they have nice music. They have this chamber music, and they have a piano player playing.
And the service is very nice, and the actual desserts were beautiful. So I think the first one we went to was the New York cafe in Budapest, and that was it's called one of the most beautiful cafes in the world, or is it just in the world, I think.
Must be. The most beautiful I've seen.
Yeah, it was.
It's kind of mainstream and touristy, but you can appreciate it because it's that magnificent in a way. But then we went to another, which is like on the other spectrum of cafes. We went to a book cafe called something like
Mazi Books, Cafe and Books. We'll put a link below, but it was very, very nice as well. It was a hidden cafe, and you basically went inside and there were books all over the place, but you could actually buy these books.
You could both read them, or you could sit down and have a coffee, and you can buy the books. I bought a book by Franz Kafka.
And I bought a Parisian book whilst we were in Budapest. But it was very good because it was
Yeah.
words of romantic authors, I think, isn't it?
Well, it was Derrida and all those guys, Foucault,
Yeah. So
all the existentialists and postmodernists.
So we can read that book later on, and just enjoy memories of Budapest and that cafe, because there was also a secret garden there, which was so nice to see, because it was just an unexpected sort of like break that we took whilst we were heading to this cafe, and then it just opened up into this little treasure chest, which was really nice. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
What did you think was the downside of Budapest? What are the negatives?
The negatives. Oh my god. Maybe the food, because we went there and there were a lot of burger places, and I wasn't expecting to see a lot of burger and bars. But then I don't know.
Yeah.
Budapest is
That's
quite
kind of
known
Europe.
for, and plus it's quite known as sort of like a city where you do get a lot of stags and hen do's and so forth, isn't it? So I guess maybe that's why there's more trends now for burgers, pizzas, and chips, which is strange because we really wanted to try Hungarian food, and it was quite difficult to just find a authentic Hungarian food place along the streets that we were in.
But the food we did try was good. Like it is a good place.
Yeah. I think that was probably for me the only thing. Oh, and then only in the second hotel, the bugs, obviously. I didn't like bugs.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bugs. I don't even know what kind of bugs there were.
What I hated was
They look alien, like bugs.
What I hated was the people on bicycles who acted like they owned the city. It's like wherever you went, you were trying to walk, and they always had a private section for them. Sometimes there was no place to walk because there was just room for bicycles.
Yeah, they were quite, but I didn't mind that so much.
It's like nobody could get through unless they had a bicycle.
In Amsterdam, there's as many bikes as there probably was in Budapest, but I think you just don't like bikes.
No, I don't like. And if I would run a city, bicycles and people with red bicycles would be banned. And I know it's a controversial statement.
How mean is that?
It's pretty mean.
It's the future.
Well, the premise is I'm a fascist dictator.
The future is bicycles and electric cars, so you need to get used to that.
There are no bicycles in my future.
Well, there will be bicycles in our future.
Yeah. I think this is too long.
Okay, we can cut this now. Let's cut it.
Heidi ho!
Let's maybe cut it here and then connect, get back to it later on.
Yeah. Bye bye. For
Don't
me,
forget
Helgi.
to
Bye bye.
subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe and you'll get a prize.
Stop lying to them. There's no prize.
We'll make the prize.
You just have to enjoy us.
There'll be a surprise for the 2,000 subscriber.
Yes. No. Let's make it maybe 200.
200?
Yeah, because we're on what 61 right now. So maybe the 200th subscriber can get a nice little gift from us. I think that'd be
200 subscribers. Well,
Yeah.
that's your gift. The 2,000 subscriber is going to get a great gift from me, and the 200 subscriber is going to get a crappy gift from Adanna.
Oh, whatever. All right, now.
Bye bye.
Was it scary?
Yeah. Did you not see how slow I was going?
Yeah.
I was like, no way am I going to just run on this.